Howdy, howdy, what's up? Yes, I know it's been a very long time since we've been live. It's been crazy, so. Sup, Paul? Sup, Gaza? And yes, Gaza, I see that too. Hang on. Why are we. My banner is. There we go. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Dinah, how you doing? But yeah, I saw that too. But no, it's just been crazy with work and medical doctors for us, and then
Thanks,
Britt
Paul.
and Ronan. Hang on a second. But no, so trying to share my live with a girl at work if it lets me. But like I said, I've been wanting to do a live, but every time I try to schedule one, somebody always calls out of work. So then I go in and cover. But even that place has been ridiculous. It's getting to the point that I don't even want to be there. Only because, people are petty, and then, it's the high school drama. She said, he said stuff, and then getting blamed for stuff that I didn't do. And it's just funny that that person seems to think she knows everything. But we will be going camping, but we're going to a place that I don't have any cell phone signal, so unfortunately I won't be able to do a live from there. And then I was working overnights, and now I'm on closing shift, so I only work to 11, 12, 10, somewhere in there. Hang on, I'll show you a picture of him. Or I should say video. Him saying hi. He's getting so big. That's him at the beach. But he is getting so big. Thank you, Paul. Where the heck did that go?
Which one?
The one with him on the vacuum.
I don't know. I haven't even seen that one.
I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is.
Who's that, Paul?
He's riding on the vacuum. And he did not want to get off the vacuum at all. That's at his other grandma's house. But yeah, he is definitely a grandma's boy. Trying to find other pictures that Britt sent me. But yeah, he's a good boy. Just getting way too big. And then he takes so many. He's always got to have my phone because I keep it in my pocket. And he'll take it out of my pocket. And then he'll start taking pictures. And he knows how to unlock my phone. Don't ask me why. It's not pointed at me. It's only pointed at him. And he is not my Face ID. But he can still unlock my phone. But other than that, we really haven't been doing too much. I mean, trust me, I miss going live all the time. I forgot that's the one Remy done. I'm gonna find the other one.
I was gonna say the nuclear should be done somewhere.
Yeah, I know it's buried in that mess. But yeah, I miss doing my lives all the time, twice a day, once a day, every night. It's just hard to find a night.
To be able to do them.
Mm.
Hey guys, there's somebody we ain't seen in a while.
But I don't know. Like I said, I want to try to set. Right now, normally my days off are Monday and Thursday. That's what it's been for a couple months now. But then with my medical stuff, there's been a couple times I've had to walk out on my shift, and of course, then I get punished for that and get my hours cut, which is ridiculous. And then I get it thrown in my face that, well, this person's only called out once since he's been here in whatever 2 years or whatever. And this person's only called out when her dad passed away. And I'm like, okay, they're not me. They don't have the medical stuff that I have going on. I said, and I can't control when I have a flare up to the point it doubles me over the freaking counter.
The fish canceled it, Paul. They knew you were coming.
I don't know, Paul. I had a few words a little while ago with my insurance company for my car insurance because a couple weeks ago they were having an issue with their system. I had paid it, but it said it was unable to process, so I figured it wasn't processed. So then I called my broker and she made a payment. So then both payments ended up coming out. So I had called them. I'm like, look, you took 2 payments. It should have only been 1. So on their end, it was showing that they charged me 3 times. And I said, no, you've only charged me twice. And so then they're like, oh, we're going to refund the money. Oh, I know, Mr. and Mrs. Dinah. It drives me insane. What's up, nerd?
What's up, Ashley?
So, anyways,
Ashley causing trouble.
They refunded the money. But then they were saying that I didn't make a payment to them at all. So last week, I had to go to my bank, get a bank statement, bring it to my insurance company, and show them that they only refunded 1 payment, but they charged me twice because they were trying to say that they refunded both. So then they called me, I don't know, about 2 something. And they're like, I just got off the phone with State Farm. They need a statement to today. I said, look, I gave you a statement to the 27th. I said, I can't help if there's no transactions on the dates that they want. And she's like, no, they want one up to today. I'm like, for what? Oh, just to see that they didn't, process anything. I'm like, what is their damn problem? Can they not read? They can physically see that it was credited back 1 payment on the 20th. So why do you need to see my account information for now? And yes, I got a day off. Normally Mondays and Thursdays. Now, next week, I have to work Thursday because I took the 11th through the 15th off so we could go camping. And I already told my boss, I said, we're going camping to where there ain't no service, so you ain't going to be able to contact me if you need me. So, and the worst part of that is I work an overnight. which I can't. I mean, that was my shift. I don't mind doing it. But then, people want to run their mouths afterwards. How we doing?
Yeah, Ashley, we won't go there because that's just putting it mildly.
Tuesday, okay, because of this drama that I'm dealing with at work.
Zelia Pablo, is that Jennifer?
Probably. But, are we feeling better? So I had all intentions of walking in there and literally quitting. And I had a sit down with my assistant manager and my manager, and I told them both that. I said I had all intentions of coming in here and quitting.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Yeah, I think that is her.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's Jen. All right. So, but yeah, it's just I've never had an issue with anybody there, like I said, instead of like the petty high school stuff, which that I can deal with, but don't get down and out nasty and oh, okay.
I was going to say something else. It sounded like a drug lord name. Zelia Pablo.
But so I don't know if it's gonna get straightened out, but I told them, I said, I don't want to work with her. I don't want to see her. I said, that's it. Now, Thursday, I work an overnight into Friday morning because that's the day that we leave. And she comes in at 5. And I already told him, I said, I'm not staying there until 5. I'm like, I am leaving. And he goes, that's fine. He goes, just leave at 4:30 or whatever. And I'm like, I am, because I don't want to see her and I don't want to deal with her. I said, especially if this stuff isn't straightened out. I said, I don't want that stress. I don't want that tension. I don't even want to worry about having to see her because it makes me sick to my stomach. Like I said on my video, I take numerous medicines every day so I don't throw up. And it isn't just for, because of what's going on at work. It's because of whatever's going on with my stomach, which they kind of think is a hiatal hernia, but they don't know fully until, they do that endoscopy with the scope down my throat. So until I get to that point, they're just going to have to deal with the occasional, whether I have to call out or I have to leave. How can you work if you're doubled over the freaking counter and can't even stand upright? I was in so much pain, I was in tears. And I have a very high pain tolerance, and most pain I can deal with, but not that. That's okay, Jen. I don't mind. I told you that before. You didn't talk to me about anything.
She's laughing when I sat there and said to her, got what you need. You got the pixie sticks, the C4, the monsters.
And then Ram, I was laying on the bed with him, and he decides that he's gonna try to wrestle with me and then slaps me right in the freaking neck. But like I said, most stuff I can deal with. Just don't get nasty with me. Especially when you're a supervisor. Give me a break.
Jen talking about your therapist. Hey, at least she's giving you free therapy service. I got to pay her by the hour.
You'll always have me, Jen, whether I'm there or not. Like I said, part of me wants to leave, and I haven't fully made my decision yet, but
just make sure you call her at 4 a.m.
Oh, and actually, it just makes it so freaking annoying. I mean, I had an issue with the assistant manager not that long ago, And our manager talked to her, and everything's been fine. She's been kosher with me, but I told him, you get ignorant with me, I'm going to get ignorant right back with you. I said, I do not tolerate arrogance. I don't like it. If you have a problem, then talk to me about it. Don't go running your mouth behind me. Yeah, I still have no idea, Jen, why the customers were being that way. I don't understand.
Because they're assholes.
I've had some rude customers, but not like what you were saying. I don't even think I'd have probably known what to frickin' do if they uh said that to me. Yeah, I don't blame you there, Ashley. I don't. Um I can understand that completely. My
Gaza, you got that right.
you there's actually been a couple that I've literally wanted to yank over the counter. But I just bite my tongue because if I flip out, gonna get fired.
That's why I can't work.
But see, then they really don't want to fire you because then they have to pay you unemployment. If you quit, they don't have to pay you unemployment.
That's why I can't do customer service, because too many ignorant people. I'm going to snatch them over the counter.
Well, just like I've had customer complaints, and managers had to sit down and talk to me about it. I said, okay, because our shop is a gas station convenience store. But we also do ice cream. We have a dip counter in the back where we make milkshakes, banana splits, sundaes. You can do cones, waffle cones, that kind of stuff. Um, so that part of it can get super annoying sometimes. But I've had a bunch of rude people when it comes to that.
Ashley, that's when they're looking down through the glass to scratch off. You slam their head to the glass, be like, "Is that the one you want?"
But anyways, they said that I refused to make them a milkshake.
Exactly, Paul. That's a mini vacation right there.
I'm like, what time was this, David? I said, show me on the camera. I said, where I've ever refused anybody a milkshake. I said, or any ice cream for that matter. I said, a lot of times they come in when I'm making breakfast sandwiches or I'm wrapping breakfast sandwiches. I said, and I simply ask them, can you wait a few minutes so I can wrap the breakfast sandwiches? Because if they get down to temp, then I have to redo everything. Like take the breakfast sandwiches apart. And then, of course, by that time, your cheese is all.
Yeah.
We might, John, we might. Because trust me, I do. No, there's sometimes that I'm like, I'm going to go to jail and I'm going to sit there.
I can see now I'm going to get a call. Yeah, you need to come down and bail your wife and your friend out of jail.
But I don't think they'd let me out, John. I think they'd probably keep me and then send me to the loony ward. Oh, I hear you there, Ashley. I got like 4 that right there by the front.
Ashley, I don't even think Calgon can take that away. She's got one, Ashley. It's in the garage, right beside the helmet and drill cup.
The hell are you talking about? You're the one who wears it. That's what hey, I asked the state troopers and the sheriff, John, when I'm on overnights, I'm like, can I run a cell for a weekend? Just take my phone, stick me in a cell, throw me a sandwich here and there, and I'm good. Just don't bother me. So long as I got a toilet, and like I said, just throw me a sandwich and a drink and walk away.
Yeah. Ashley's like, oh, Kiki. Jeez. He closed up shop, so I can't buy any worms.
They don't even really use worms over there.
I don't know what the hell they use over there. Apparently Amazon does because it went missing. Fish called in and canceled that order. Knew Paul was coming.
No, it was the cart bait.
That's what
It's not necessarily worms.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying because he said Amazon lost his order. I said, yeah, the fish called ahead and canceled that order. Jen, she can drink coffee and still be wide awake for 5-6 hours. Trust me, I know.
Right? Trust me, there's sometimes where Jen and I work. Oh yeah, I just want to lock the door and be like, sorry about your day, but I'm not waiting on you. Go to McDonald's.
Ashley Sarah told Paul he had to sneeze first.
Jen, we went to bed at almost 2:30, and we were up at 4:15. Stayed up until after son went with his friend to go fishing.
And got up at 10 after 10, quarter after 10.
And then we were up for a good, I don't know, couple hours. And then laid down. And then, yeah, it was 10 something when we got back up.
You see what Ashley said, from an innie to an outie with one good sneeze. Sarah said she begs to differ.
John, and that's how it normally was when I'd work overnights. I'd come home. We'll sit up to 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And then sleep for me, not really sleep, but lay down for a couple hours. Then I'm back up. Then I lay down and sleep for a little while. And then I'm back up. Yeah, my body will not give me that luxury. If I sleep a straight 4 hours without waking up, that's saying something.
Even if it did, still be hard because we got the one on the floor beside us, Rim in the bed, then 3 cats that, hey.
Actually, there was a couple times when I was doing the overnight shift that I didn't sleep for 2-3 days. I was up. I tried to lay down and sleep. I couldn't fall asleep. Pretty much, Paul.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't sleep. I have too much nerve pain to sleep. And then when that whole incident happened, I didn't sleep for 2 days.
No, because it's hooked up to a car battery, Ashley.
If you're talking about him, he always needs to be plugged in. Look at this soda.
Shit. Yeah. A 2-stroke motor just got to pull the ripcord.
Probably about 2:45 or so, I was starting to fall asleep. Because I didn't take I have to take pills with my sleeping disorder to stay awake. And I try not to take them when I'm home. So that way, if I get super tired and can't keep my eyes open, then I'll just lay down and I can sleep for a couple hours. Well, in our reality, I can actually sleep even when I take them pills. I don't know either, Jen. I just do. Like I said, at work, I pick and choose what I do. I don't worry about anybody anymore.
Paul, isn't that usually a two-way street? You know how to get on hers too. That's why she returns the favor.
So I have, remember, I said it. This is my control remote for my machine. What's up, Brutal Bob? So I have a machine in my left butt cheek that's supposed to shut off my nerve pain. So I want to say September of last year, I had slept on my right side, which has always been the side that I had to sleep on. Hey, Gray Wolf, how you doing? Let's skip.
Yeah.
Gray Wolf.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, Gray Wolf. Hey, Brutal Bob.
So I laid on my right side, and I slept for a little while, and I had gotten up. Well, I had such a sharp pain in my groin, and I hid it from him. Like, I'm literally screaming inside trying to put my damn shoes on. And, like, to even get off the toilet, to even walk, I hid it.
Oh yeah, she did.
So
She
I
a couple
got
miles down the road.
I got probably like a mile and a half from the house, and I called Mom. I'm like, Mom, you're gonna have to take me to the ER. I'm on my way back to the house. And then I called Jonathan and I'm like, I'm on my way. We're going to the ER. So I couldn't even walk. I had to go get a wheelchair. I could not freaking move. So they think that I must have pinched the nerve or whatever. So that nerve pain is pushing past my machine. I did go and my pain management doctor did a round of the corticosteroids on that side. Now I did get like a little bit of relief for maybe a month to a couple weeks, and I'm like, it's just not. So I can't even lay on that side. I can only be on my left side now. But that pain in my right leg is so bad, and it's making my restless leg syndrome act up. So then anybody who's had that knows that when you're trying to sleep and your legs and it's technically my whole body, it isn't just my legs that start jumping or you get like the weird sensation. How can you sleep? It almost makes you feel like you got bugs crawling on you when your body and your legs start doing that. It does. I mean, the
restless leg syndrome.
Yeah, he has a really good job. So he's been really busy with work. So he really hasn't had time to be on YouTube. I know he uploads some videos and shorts here and there, but he's just been super, super busy with work. That's awesome, Skip. Awesome. I am so proud of you.
Oh yeah, that's real good. I remember, man, has it been 2 years? I remember when he was first telling us about it. Yeah. Yeah,
I've been, let's see,
keep up the good work on
I
that,
have
brother.
been clean from pills since 2008. And trust me, it was a long road. I've been, now granted, I do have a drink here and there. It's been over a year since we've been married, Paul. It was a year, April 24th.
Yeah.
So I've been clean from alcohol, being a complete drunk, to where I would drink one of the gallon-sized bottles of Captain Morgan a day.
Yeah, Paul.
Not
It's
a
been a
week,
year,
a
3 months.
day. So that's been since 2011, I think. Now, like I said, I do have an occasional drink here and there, but normally it's like a twisted tea or whatever. It's not anything major. But it was hard. I was mean and nasty. I was abusive, and the one time I called the cops on myself and had them take me to the ER, and they had locked me in a room and put a security guard outside the door because they know how I am. I'll start flipping out, so they just basically put me in a room and had a security guy outside the door. But then I was able to go home afterwards.
Speaking of that, I still got that double shooter of Crown Royal Peach up there in the freezer.
Do you not remember Ronnie asking about it this morning before he left because he grabbed it out of the freezer
No.
and said, "Where did this come from?" And I said, "Jamie," and he put it back in there.
Oh.
But yeah, it definitely flies by. Well, you got to realize Ronin is going to be 2 January 24th, 2026. Is going to be 2. So you tell me where the time goes.
All right, Brutal Bob. Hope it
It's
all
all
goes well
good,
with you.
Brutal Bob. Hope everything goes good. Much love to you and Miss Nala.
Why did he want it or something?
I don't know. Yeah, they give me that for my stuff, which I'm okay with, but it was back in, yeah, no. I couldn't be around that stuff at all. Not whatsoever. Well, this is the first time we've been. Oh my gosh, hang on. I'm going to have to look.
Skip, it's been a while, brother, since we did our last live. It's been
The last time we did a live was 3 months ago. All right, John, just don't go to our store.
yeah. Go across the street to competition. Go to Cumbies.
But yeah, it was 3 months ago. Because I had done a hangout before work. And then a live before that. And then after those two, it had been 8 months since we done a live.
I think the last one we did before that one was when we went. I think when we went fishing at the locks.
Yeah, the one we did like 8 months ago.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's me too, Skip. I work anywhere from 5 to 6 days. I'm off overnights now, so that makes my night a little bit shorter. But who's gonna be up at midnight if I went live when I got home, or 10:30 at night? I know my UK brothers and sisters are not going to be awake. And then half the time, I'll wake up in the morning and then I got to lay back down because I can't even keep my eyes open.
You ever did a live after you got out of work at like midnight for our UK friends? It'd be
Well,
5 in the
they're
morning.
they're 5 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, weren't you having issues with the new house not that long ago, Ashley?
I remember she was bitching about it on the verge of burning it to the ground.
Oh, yes. Ouch, me back.
Remember, Ashley, if you do, I got a lighter you can borrow.
Meanie, how about you make pancakes?
You're still waiting on cabinets? Holy shit.
Meanie said he's making pancakes for dinner. I didn't say I'm making pancakes for dinner. Bear said he's going to make pancakes for dinner. Come here, Bear.
Weenie makes pancakes for dinner. You're going to be like, I have no shuns. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be wearing gloves when I hand it to you. Love you too, Skip.
Hope you feel better, brother. Love you too. I know how painful migraines. Ow!
Yeah, migraines suck. Oh my god, I hate them.
I have medicine for mine, but if I take them, I gotta lay it right down. Yeah, look how big he is. Look at it.
You pick the weenie.
He needs to be shaved again. But here's licking my neck where Remy slapped me.
Yeah.
And his little spit burns.
Yeah, we gotta shave the bottom of his paws, Ashley, before we go camping next Friday.
So he's not tracking leaves in the tent. So I'm gonna shave the bottoms of his paws at least. I can't shave his little body because him being a Bashan, yeah, he gets mats and knots, and I don't care how many times I brush him. It don't matter. They do not go away.
The pick the weenie.
Ugh.
The piccadillies.
I can't get comfortable, Bear.
The weenie. It's the live sidekick. Bear, also known as Peckawini, Peckerdillis.
Yeah, Remy is over there.
Yeah.
In the bed.
Yeah, 90-pound Petty's in the bed underneath
Under
the blanket,
because it's to him, it's winter time or whatever. But yeah, see where he got me. But he don't know. I mean, I wrestled with him. I just was laying there by him. Oh, he loves riding on the 4-wheeler.
Ashley, I used to have a motorcycle. Let's see if I can find a picture.
No, we're not doing motorcycle. My ex-husband cured me of that. And then the 28th of this month was 40 years since my biological dad has been gone, and he died in a motorcycle accident.
There was mine, Ashley. Oh,
I don't know if you can see it.
Let me turn the brightness down.
But yeah, I can't believe it's been 40 years.
I don't know if you can see
What's
it.
up, Melissa? How you doing, sis? Sorry I haven't texted in a while.
I don't know. I can't get it to where it'll focus in.
Oh yeah, it's been bad. There's been so many motorcycle accidents up here recently. Yeah, it's nuts. No.
Yeah. Let's see if you can see it now.
Yeah, I know it's been a long time.
Guys, that was my Kawasaki CBR. It was a 600. A friend of mine was hurting for money. Called me up one day. He's like, "Hey," he said, "You want to buy this? Want to buy my motorcycle?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Give me 400
Hang
bucks."
on a second. You can still talk.
He's like, "Give me $400 and it's yours." I gave him 400.
Hang on.
And
Hi, Ronan. What doing? Are you eating your puff?
but
Huh? Yeah.
it was Ashley. I mean,
Did you have fun?
I'm trying to get it to where I think it's the light.
Where is it?
If I can you see it better now? I'm sitting on it, but the light reflecting from the light can't really see it. But that's it right there. That was in 2024, or no, my fault. Yeah,
Ronan.
September in 2024.
What doing? Yeah, my boy.
Yeah, it was. It is Ashley. It was. Well, no, I got it. That's when I took a picture of it, but I got it back in 20, 2013, 2014. Gaza, that's the next one up from it. That's 600, but I could go 0 to 60 in 2.3. Ashley, that sounds good, but it's too freaking hot to even want to cook.
Ronan. Yeah. Ronan, there's Bear. There's the puppy.
But
He's like, yeah, whatever. Get over here.
oh, Ashley, you know me by now.
Come look at the puppy.
That if it doesn't rhyme with some sketchy shit,
Ronan.
yeah, Amy. Oh, Ashley, the thing about it, yeah, they're fast, but you got to know what you're doing. That was the first one I've ever owned, but the highest I ever got it was about close to 100, and it would start floating, and I'd have to back out of it.
All right, message your comment before he goes to bed. All right, love you too. Bye.
Melissa, you got that right. I would love to own a Harley.
Yeah, KFC is way too freaking expensive.
I think
Ron's home. I think.
What's the crack?
My son's home. I'm gonna have to mute because of the dogs.
Ashley's like it. I'm only getting it because I love coupons.
I got coupons.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't say that I blame you there. Why was a chicken raw? Oh, I always give him kisses for everybody. He just run around eating his little puffs. Britt gets these they're kind of like a cheese curl, cheese puffs, but they got maple ones and they got, I think, cheddar and ranch ones. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my kids just, well, back when they were little, I used to just get them the teething biscuit things. They didn't have like cheese puffs or whatever. So it was the teething biscuits and Ritz crackers is what they both liked. And then of course as they got older it was Scooby Doo fruit snacks and what the heck were they called? The Scooby snacks. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like graham cracker cinnamon type thing. But they were called Scooby snacks. Yes, banana nut bread sounds really good, Melissa. I could go for that and my mom's bread pudding. I've been dying for bread pudding, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm good on having rats as pets.
But yeah, mom makes zucchini bread, banana nut bread, bread pudding. And she puts both raisins in it, the golden raisins and the regular raisins. Oh, you know what I forgot to grab out the freaking freezer?
Well,
The thing of parm.
dang.
Or not parm, mozzarella.
Oh, man. Yeah, check
Bread pudding is really good. It's not pudding like rice pudding. I don't even know how to explain it. I'll look up a recipe and send it to you. Actually, it's really easy to make, and it is filling and really yummy, and goes good with vanilla ice cream.
I'm trying to remember as a dessert that when we'd go to family reunions when I was a kid, uh, shit, it was like is ginger snap pudding, but it went a layer of ginger snaps, banana, sliced bananas, uh, I want to say vanilla or banana pudding,
It's vanilla pudding.
whipped cream. But anyway, you kept layering it, and the top layer was ginger snaps. And you're like, oh my god, so good. Bread milk, currants, and cinnamon.
Yeah, currants, raisins.
Uh,
It really is. Actually, like I said, I'll look up a recipe and send it to you. Cause mom used to make it all the time, and oh, the pineapple upside down cake is another one of my favorites.
oh yeah, pineapple upside down cake with a glass of ice cold milk. Yes, sir.
Cheers, Mad Labs. How you doing?
Me too, Paul. I love bread pudding.
It's my Harley tank top. Yeah. I've had this thing since, oh my gosh, probably 2012. Great to see you too.
Man, I don't know who Mad Labs is.
Yeah, I know, Paul, but you got to tell her how to make it. You can't just throw up ingredients.
That's my second oldest thing. I don't think I ever met Mad Labs.
All right, nerd. I don't know how long we're going to be live. I guess till I say we're done.
See you, Ashley. This is like later, Grandma. Yeah, Ashley, don't forget to drink your Ovaltine.
I knew what you meant.
She couldn't spell
My
it out.
phone does it all the time. Like, I meant to send LOL to Jonathan the other night, and it sent Jan. And he's like, who the heck's Jan?
Huh?
What is it? In the driveway?
Oh, them are the ones over there by your van, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I ain't freaking seen these in years, dude. I don't even know where it is.
Later, Ash.
See, Paul, my mom makes hers in a bundt pan when she does bread pudding. Does it smell like dead fish?
No, just trout.
Yeah, broke this on this.
What the heck is that?
The thing I use to put on my bowl. It's an old long bowl.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's right. This is how I used to put it out with, so.
Right.
All right, sis. Love you too. Oh. My back is stiff from yesterday. I was in the cooler putting away grocery totes, and I had to about lay on the floor to stock the bottom shelves because they put these things in there, so that way when one pulls out, the thing automatically pushes it forward. Well, they should have them on a track where you can slide the things out into the cooler on our side, so it makes it easier for you to stock it, but they don't. So you're basically laying on the floor, and you got to tip the plastic back a little bit so it puts it at an angle like this so you can slide the stuff in, and then you set it back up straight. But they need to figure out a better situation for that, because that gets super rough on the body when you're about laying on the floor to see what the heck you're doing.
Yeah, they need roller racks.
I thought they were at first.
You get a short I can see from
No. Once in a tried spotted dick pudding. Nope.
Nope. I think you
That's what it's called in the UK. Yeah.
I think you sent me that before.
Awesome. Definitely know he ain't been in here a while because I can't remember who that is.
How you been, Awesome? I'm sorry, I'm bad with remembering names right now because it's
Yeah, I
been so
remember
long
that, Paul.
since I've been here. Been on here, I should say.
I have a feeling he's fixing to go jump in the pool.
No, he's probably gonna go in mom's take a shower. Yeah, but no, I haven't had that. Doing okay, just been busy with work and doctors, and I'm dealing with a bunch of health issues right now that hopefully in the near future we can get to. I see one specialist on the 8th, and then I see the specialist for my kidneys on the 28th of August. So, but that's the problem with all these specialists. You're having a major issue and you're sick and, bleeding and stuff like that, but yet, oh, we can't get you in for 6, 8 months. Well, okay, I could be dead by then. You don't know how freaking mad I'd be if that's what happened. Waiting to get in to see a specialist and then having it be past the point of no return. And I know that's happened to a lot of people. Like my aunt, my biological dad's half sister, she was an alcoholic. But colon cancer runs in my dad's side of the family. So she had been crapping blood for months upon months upon months. Probably 6, 8 months. Stubborn, wouldn't go to the doctor. And they told her that, well, if you would have came to us back when it happened, you'd been able to stay alive. But because you didn't, you ain't got much time left. But how you been doing, Awesome? Like I said, I want to try to start doing more consistent lives, but it's hard to know from one day to the next. Sometimes with my sleeping disorder, I can't function. And like I said, normally I have to take medicine to stay awake, but I don't like taking it when I'm home. So if I need to lay down and sleep, then I just go lay down and sleep. Where when I have to be to work, I can't do that. So then I take 2 of them to stay awake.
Weenie. The bear's staring at you.
What you looking at, little boy? But yeah, Britt and her boyfriend were gonna take Ronan to the splash pads, but they were both packed, so they ended up turning around and coming back home. And then I asked her why they didn't just go up to the beach, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't feel like driving that far." Okay, take them out on the driveway and spray them with a hose. But yeah, he is getting so big. And he cracks me up all the time.
With his little old man laugh.
Yeah, he has this cutest laugh. He sounds like a little old man when he laughs. It cracks me up. He is just funny. And I mean, he's still a happy little guy. He has his moments. Oh my gosh. What was it? May? May I watched in May, right? I watched Ronan. So they could go to the concert or June.
Last
Anyways, May or June.
It was this month. It was
I
earlier
had
this
to
month.
watch Ronin because Britt and her boyfriend um had tickets to go see Breaking Benjamin at SPAC, which is basically an outdoor place, and you're basically standing the whole time for the concert. I think unless you bring chairs. I don't know. I don't go there.
It
If
wa-
I'm gonna go to a concert, I'm gonna go to Times Union Center in Albany where they have chairs because I'm not gonna stand up.
yeah, she said that they couldn't bring chairs in, but they could rent them, and they were charging like $20 or $30 a piece to rent a freaking chair. Like, you got to be nuts.
But anyways, I watched them, and I had made this big crock pot of chicken and gravy because that's one of his favorite things to eat. Well, he didn't want nothing to do with eating. He didn't want nothing to do with sleeping. He just started falling asleep, and it's like, nope, come on, Graham, it's time to go play. So then we'd go play, and I don't remember what time they got home, like 11, 12 o'clock. I don't even remember. I'm like, well, Ronan's still going to be awake when you get here. I said, because he didn't want no part of sleeping with Grandma watching him. I said, he didn't want no point of, or didn't want to eat because you weren't here and stuff like that. So I'm like, so yeah, I said he had some puffs, he had, this and that. I said, but he wouldn't eat food. I said, I tried a couple different times to get him to eat. I said, but he didn't want nothing to do with it. Which was fine. He ate some puffs and some other stuff, and then I'd bring him like chicken nuggets, and he'd walk around with a chicken nugget and eat that and stuff like that. But for a meal, no, he didn't want nothing to do with it.
It's for me that picture Paul sent you looking like a
No,
grumpy old.
because he went to the doctor's. I'll tell you after.
Oh,
I don't know, Paul. I could be a really big jerk and be like, okay, I'm getting off here so we can go out and go in the pool. Ruin your night right there. Of course, I am thinking about going in the pool just because my freaking back is so stiff right now. Then I was in the freezer. And,
come on over, Paul. You can get in the pool with us.
doing ice cream. And they come in these gray totes like this wide or long by like this high. And there's 8 half gallons in there. So trying to move them around so I could stock our ice cream freezer out on the store floor. It was bad. I didn't even get to stock it again. Everybody was coming in and buying half gallons and pints but yeah. And then we had this one woman. I wanted to send her home
Paul,
because we'd have been better off if it was just the two of us, even though that we were super busy with people coming in wanting milkshakes and ice cream and banana splits and sundaes and everything like that.
Paul's like rub your back for you. I told him, I said I do.
When
I always rub your back for you when you ask me to, even if you don't ask me to, and we're sitting here. I always
What the hell are you freaking kidding right now?
What are you smoking?
What
Or
are you
snorting.
smoking?
I told you about laying out lines of sugar.
That would be you sniffing dust over there.
When do I not? When we're sitting here.
How about for the past couple months since you've been addicted to this freaking coloring game, you sit over there on your phone?
Hey, don't blame me for that fucking shit. You and Jamie got me into that bullshit.
It don't matter.
But
Since you've been into that, that's all you do is you sit over there on your phone. Me.
hey,
You
y'all,
ain't rubbing nothing.
hey, y'all, don't let her lie to you. She does the same thing, buried in her phone, doing the coloring, happy color.
Even if I'm not, that's what you're doing, sitting over there.
You ain't got no.
So you ain't freaking rubbing my damn back.
You ain't got no pictures. You ain't got no proof.
Bear, we're gonna start taking pictures. Do we have proof that he full of shit?
Paul,
Pretty much.
is numbers.
It is pretty much coloring by numbers, but
Yeah.
the ones I do, I'll show you. They're mystery ones. It doesn't show you anything until you push the color.
No. How do we know that's going to happen? Hey, you want to cover my shit? No, you work 2 days a week. Go to fucking work.
I don't know if I can.
Oh my god. Paul, see, this is what I'm talking about. One person that works at her store that she works at works 2 days out of the week. And every week, or it seems like, or every other week, hey, can you cover my shift?
What's she scheduled to?
I wish I could work, but she wants to get out of work but still collect a paycheck.
10 to 5. Who comes in tomorrow?
Oh, yours truly.
No. Cassie.
I tell her no.
But then I work 3 p.m. to 8.
I tell her hell no. Because you be working all night, get out at 5.
Go to bed at 7 and get up at noon.
Yeah, tell her hell no. Tell her to take her stupid ass to work.
No, because you know who she's going to text? Freaking Jen. And then Jen's going to do it and end up with overtime. And then I'm going to be pissed. Because if I do it, guess what? Puts me at 41 hours.
I don't know why she just can't go and do her fucking job.
I don't freaking know. Exactly, Paul.
Did you delete her text?
No. I ain't answered it yet. I got to ponder it a minute because it'll put me at 41 hours and we need it for camping. And I need it for our cell phone bill.
I know that. But I know you. You'll sit there and 9 times out of 10 do it, come home, get a couple hours of sleep, and then while you're sitting there, before you go in, be like, I wish I wouldn't have done it so I could get more sleep. And be like, I told you so, but you didn't listen to it.
Okay. What's
Judy.
up, Judy?
What? What are you looking at me like that for?
Because you know what I'm going to tell her.
Don't fucking do it. Jesus Christ. She fucking does this bullshit every goddamn week. So what? Let Jen have fucking overtime. For one.
After the night she had last night, absolutely not.
Well, tell her to fucking do it herself. Or find somebody else. Never mind. No, I'm not gonna do it. Because I already know you, and that look in your face. Yeah, I'll do it because you're a lazy bitch, but still want the fucking paycheck. but can't fucking work 2 days a goddamn week.
So what? It benefits my fucking paycheck now, don't it?
I understand that, honey, but it fucking aggravates the shit out of me. She talks shit like the rest of them, talk shit about everybody behind their back, but you're the first one she blows. Hey, can you do this? Cover my shit for somebody else. It gets aggravating. I understand it's more money for you, but it just gets fucking aggravating. That's just my opinion.
Well, no shit.
I guess do what you want to do.
You do what you want to do.
I ain't saying nothing because I know you.
Well, you should by now.
I just think it's I just think it's stupid because I know you get home, you'll set up for a couple hours, fall asleep, still be tired.
But I'm only working 5 hours tomorrow.
I understand that, but I know what you're going to tell me. I'm tired. I wish I could have gotten more sleep, and I'm going to tell you. Should have told Sam, no, fuck off and die and do her job. Because you did that the other day. Wish I could have got more sleep. When you covered for whoever.
David asked me that. No, David just asked me to come in earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't cover for anybody. I don't care. Because remember, the other day we were getting ready to lay back down because I didn't have to be in until 4, and then he asked me to come in at 2 at like 11:40.
Yeah, no.
And that's when I said I wish I got more sleep.
Yeah, no, and you stayed until midnight.
Yeah, to get stuff done.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, I know we need the extra money, but goddamn. She works 2 days out of the week. And every week or every other week, I can't work, but it'll show up the next day.
Okay, well, you tell me why David has a sign up looking for overnights.
I don't know why he just doesn't fucking fire her ass. I mean, that's just my
No,
opinion.
my whole point is he has me and Jen, okay?
Yeah.
If
Then
Jen works 5 days a week, say, and does 5 overnights, that leaves 2 days a week for overnight, right? I work 5 days.
I understand that. But I know what you're saying after the night she had last night. Look at when you were doing overnights. They threw you right up in the mix. Didn't give 2 rats' asses and
but I don't give a fuck anymore.
And a block of rat poison and stuff, and then the bullshit that's going on. But yet they still want you to go. I'll just
leave at 4:30 before Cassie comes in the morning.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I know it is, Paul.
It just irritates the fuck out of me.
But what I'm saying is,
I know what you're saying.
No, listen. Why is he hiring overnights? There's Sam, me, and Jen. I can understand if Sam leaves. That still leaves me and Jen. So that would give me 2 overnights a week and 3 closing shifts a week. So what's the problem? Why are you looking for overnights? Why is he even looking for people anyways? Because the freaking woman they just freaking, well, she not just hired, but why? This woman can't even type in a fucking number on a goddamn register.
I understand that, but you're sitting there asking me questions that I don't know, but when I try to answer them, you're like, it's not your problem, it's mine.
No, I am just asking you, why hire people? when we have enough competent people. Even with Destiny leaving,
because it's David, and David won't stand up to TJ, and so on and so forth. The thing I'm saying is that this is repetitive with Sam every week and stuff. And then when we're sitting there talking about the shit that's going on there, and you're like, fuck this, I'm not going up above and beyond. Fuck them, I'm just going in there and doing my job.
right?
And prime example, hey, can you cover my shift because I don't feel like working, but I still want
Heck is
a
working.
2-day paycheck. That's my whole thing. Yes, I know we need the money. I'm not disputing that. But coming from people that could give two shits less about you are the same people that are blowing your phone. Hey, can you cover me? Can you do this? But if you ask them, nope, who are you? Or they don't answer their phone.
No, I know. But
So-
see, maybe
but that's my whole thing. They're not willing to do it for you. Why be willing to do it for them? Be like, fuck you. That's
I ain't
just
even
me.
texting them.
No, I know. Honey, I'm just saying. It's just my opinion. I love you and I care about you, but knowing the shit that's going on there.
How we doing, Sid? Thank you.
Hey, Sid.
Oh, I know they do, Paul. But see, like when you're in a warehouse, and most of these warehouses do a point system. So if you don't have enough personal protected time off, you get a point. And after so many points, you get fired.
Yeah, and on the flip side to this story, Paul, the general manager or the manager can't fire you. It's got to be him. It's got to be the manager
and the district manager.
and the district manager to fire one person. And I've had plenty of jobs over the years and never heard of that. But their excuse is, oh, because they fired somebody back in the day and they sued them. Now we got to have two people to fire one person. That's like sending a one-armed man into an ass-kicking contest. And
I can see it to an extent because that covers their own ass. By having two people there to hear exactly what's said to this person, then this person can't go back and say, oh, well, blah, 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 because there's proof that they were both there. So before it was one-sided. And they were claiming because they decided to work off the clock. And they weren't getting paid for the hours. If you decide to work off the clock, that's a termination thing right there. You can get terminated for it.
well, I mean,
Because that's another part of why they got sued is because people were choosing to work off the clock and then they'd get fired and then turn around and say that they weren't getting paid for their hours.
well, no, I mean, I get that, but I'm saying with this person in particular, that it's a repetitive thing every week, or every other week, but mainly it's been every week. It's like, okay.
Oh, exactly, Paul.
It's like, then why don't you quit and save the time and effort instead of working one day a week, but bitching to the manager, oh, I want more hours. You can't even show up for a 48-hour shift, but you want more hours, but you don't want to work one night out of the 2 days.
Two 7-hour shifts, so 14 hours a week.
You can't even work 14 hours a week, but you want more hours. But then, okay, you prime example. If you need somebody to cover for you because you have a legitimate excuse where this person doesn't, it's like, hey, can you cover me? But when it comes to you, fuck you.
Oh, I know. They don't even bother to answer their phone.
That's what I'm
We're
saying.
doing good, Sid. I'm gonna try to work in. Like I said, every time I plan to do something, it never works out. But I'm gonna try to work in a live a week if we're able to, in between doctor's appointments and everything. So,
Rim? What?
yeah, I seen Squirrel, seen your guys' comment on the video that I put up yesterday. It's just been hectic, you know. I got our doctor's appointments, then Britt's doctor's appointments, Ronan's doctor's appointments, and then with working, doing stuff around the farm. It's been crazy.
Yeah, that's
Paul, the one time when I was assistant manager at the gas station when I lived in North Carolina, I was scheduled for second shift. Third shift never showed up, so I worked third shift, and then I was scheduled for first shift the next day. So I worked 3 8-hour shifts back to back. And then when the district manager come in that morning, and you know, she gets on the computer and she's looking at stuff, she comes out and she flips out on me. Now we're gonna say 23-hour store, because we would close at the end of alcohol sales for an hour, and that's when I would sweep and mop and go stock the beverage cooler, stock coffee, you know, cups, all that stuff. Check our fountain to make sure it had enough syrup for the fountain drinks and
Thanks,
stuff
Sid.
like that. And I said, "What did you want me to do? Lock the store and go home?" I said, "We don't have a manager." I said, "So did you want me to have the two highest paying employees come in and work when you're only paying me $8.50 an hour back then? 2005. Yeah, $8.50 an hour, I think it was." I said, "What did you want me to do?" I said, "Obviously, we're a 24-hour store, 23 hours." I said, "So obviously locking the door and going home is not an option." I said, "Because then you'd have just fired me." And I put in to be manager of that store because shortly after I got hired, the manager and her girlfriend robbed the store that her girlfriend worked at. They robbed all the money out of there. So then I'm working 60, 70 hours a week right alongside with the
Jesus.
um so there was only a couple things that I didn't know how to do, and I was assistant manager. Um and I had another store manager that would have trained me on the last couple things that I needed to know, because everything else I knew how to do. I knew how to do orders. I knew how to pay our vendors, doing orders for everything, doing audits like your tobacco, your coffee, your lotto tickets. I knew how to do all that. I knew how to do all the paperwork, change our fuel prices, because I had to go up the street and get the other two gas stations or three gas stations gas prices for regular, premium, and high octane. And then I'd have to email them to her to see what we were going to set our gas prices at. So the only thing I didn't know how to do was the schedules and our Thursday paperwork, because at that place we would get all our big deliveries on Thursday. And all our like snacks, food stuff, that kind of stuff, that all came from McLean's. And then we'd have our beer vendors and soda vendors bring all that stuff in. Now here, but anyway, she brought in a manager that used to be a manager at the store. Now, it happened to me again where I was scheduled for second. Third shift didn't show up. Now, come to find out, third shift was training a girl for third shift. And they were going in the beer cooler, drinking beer and stealing beer. And so I worked second and I worked third. Now, I tried calling our manager to come in and cover the shift because it was the same thing. I was scheduled for first shift the next day. No answer. Now, there was another time that I had worked first shift, and then the two people that worked the closing shift tried getting a hold of the manager. He wouldn't answer the phone. They called him like 20 different times. He wouldn't answer the phone. So they called me. Because I'm assistant manager, I'm the next one down the totem pole. So I came in. And again, when the district manager come in the next day, she's having a fit. I'm like, what do you want me to do? You hire somebody that can't answer the phone or anything else. I said, and then you want to jump down my throat because I'm doing his job and covering the store because we don't close. I said, next time I'll just tell one of them that are making freaking twice as much money as me to just go ahead and stay. And then you can pay them all that money, which I think they were making double what I was. Because like I said, as assistant manager, I was only making $8.50 an hour. And they were probably making, close to like $15 an hour. So you want a $8, $8.50 an hour? Or do you want to pay someone that's making $15 for 8 hours? I would much rather pay to someone that's only making $8.50 an hour, and I sure in the hell wasn't close to overtime. So, but yeah, I had sat down with her and asked to be manager. And her excuse was that she didn't have time to train me. I said, okay. I said, I already have a manager. I said, that's willing to train me. I said, you know yourself, I know how to do everything else. I said, except those two things. I said, so you're holding me back for no reason. I said, I've worked side by side with you. I said, since the second day I was here. I said, you've had no issues with me. I said, I'm doing everything that you showed me how and stuff like that. But she wouldn't do it. Yeah, they were asking about you and Rich earlier. Gaza was Judy, and I had told him that Rich had gotten a good job, and he's just been busy with that. But you guys are still uploading shorts and videos here and there. Um, but I don't know. It's just crazy. I mean, this story, like I said, it's just high school petty stuff. And it's me behind your back, me to your face. And then you say one thing, and then a week later, it's all upside down and backwards, about what you said. You're welcome, Judy. But I don't know. Like Jonathan said, people want a job, they want a paycheck, but they don't want to work.
And then they blow your fucking phone up. Hey, can you
But
do this for me? But
I would have said
shit.
no, but then she would have texted John, and I didn't want that. So, but anyways, I'm gonna hop up here so I can go take the dogs out and check my chickens, and then we gotta check my mom's cat that she got from George. Um, she has four. She has four little tiny cute little babies. And trust me, I don't need no more yodeling cats because I have 3 in the house that are fixed. 3 females. And all they do is freaking yodel. Every couple weeks, one of them will be in heat. And the most annoying one is Brittany's cat, Zara. Because she might as well walk around with a microphone in her freaking mouth. Because that's how loud it is. But we will definitely be live again in the near future. Like I said, I don't know when, but we definitely will. So, but like I said, I gotta go take the boys out and go check my chickens. So we will catch you later. Much love.
Mm-hmm.